Okay, students, today we'll see about the different disorders of cardiovascular system. Okay, disorders of cardiovascular system. Okay, first we'll see hypertension. Okay, this shortly HTN. You will also call it as HTN. Okay, this hypertension, if you see, there are generally, what is a normal blood pressure? We have discussed already, that is
120 by 80.
120 by 80 mm of Hg, right? They already told you if it is more than 140 by 90, okay, you will call it as hypertension, right? See, there are different stages of this hypertension. See, that is like pre-hypertension, that is 120 by 80 to 120 by 80 to 139 by 89, that is pre-hypertensive stage. And next you are having mild hypertensive stage, that is 140 by 90 to 159 by 99. And you are having moderate hypertensive stage, that is 160 by 100 to 179 by 101. And there is a very severe form of hypertension, that is 180 by 110. Clear? See, these are the different stages of the hypertension. See, generally what is meant by this hypertension, if the blood pressure is more than 140 by 90, you will call it as a hypertension. But there are different stages, okay, like pre-hypertension, mild hypertension, okay, moderate and severe hypertension. See, and generally if you see, there will be no common symptoms you are going to be observed in case of this hypertension. See, we are having okay, two types of hypertension. Okay, these are the different stages of hypertension. Okay, generally this hypertension can be divided into two types, that is primary hypertension and the secondary hypertension. Okay, primary hypertension, you will also call it as essential hypertension or idiopathic. Clear? See, previously I told you idiopathic means the cause is unknown, okay, because of unknown causes which may leads to this hypertension. Okay, and essential hypertension, okay, sometimes this may because of like stress. Sometimes because of stress you will get the hypertension, that you will call it as a primary hypertension. Or because of lack of exercise, okay, also you will get the hypertension, you will call it as a primary hypertension. Clear? And next one is this secondary hypertension. If you see because of CKD, that is chronic kidney diseases, or because of diabetes, or because of some other kidney diseases, okay, which may leads to this hypertension. Okay, in both the cases, if you see, generally there will be no symptoms, but sometimes you may observe like headache or nosebleeds. Okay, that means bleeding in the nose you are going to be observed, right? See, and treatment. Okay, what is the treatment options for this hypertension? That is, we can give ACE blockers, we can give beta blockers, or we can give diuretics. So these are the medications we can give for this hypertension. Clear? Okay, this is all about the hypertension. Okay, what is meant by this hypertension? If the blood pressure is more than 140 by 90, you will call it as a hypertension. Okay, we had seen the 4 different stages of this hypertension and the 2 types of hypertension. Okay, these are the most common symptoms like headache and nosebleeds you are going to be observed, and the treatment will give, that is ACE inhibitors, beta blockers, as well as the diuretics. Okay, next we'll see about another cardiovascular disease. He will call it as hypotension. Okay, next one is hypotension. Okay, if the BP is less than 90 by 60 mm of Hg. See, whenever you are writing this blood pressure, don't forget to write the units. Okay, if it is less than 90 by 60, you will call it as a hypotension. Clear? And here, if you see the symptoms, you are going to be observed like fainting or dizziness. Clear? And here we can go for the diagnosis. What they are doing is like ECG, they will go for ECG, they will go for echo. Clear? And here the treatment options for this hypotension is salt retention. Clear? We have discussed while the regulation of the blood pressure. See, that is how the blood pressure is going to be regulated. That is in case of renin-angiotensin systems. Clear? Finally, how the salt is going to be reabsorbed back so that the blood pressure is going to be increased. Clear? So in case of hypotension, okay, the salt retention is one of the important thing you have to remember in case of this hypotension, right? See, and next we'll see cardiac arrhythmiasis. See, later on you will learn about these disorders in detail, but in brief, I am discussing in this anatomy and physiology about only in brief about these disorders. Next one is cardiac arrhythmiasis. You learn the definitions here. Cardiac arrhythmiasis means that is irregular heartbeats. What is this cardiac arrhythmiasis? It is irregular heartbeats or rhythms. Regular heartbeats or the rhythms, you will call it as cardiac arrhythmiasis. And the symptoms. What are the symptoms you are going to be observed? It is chest pain. You will get chest pain. Fainting or dizziness. And next one is fluttering in chest. These are the symptoms you are going to be observed in case of this cardiac arrhythmiasis. And what are the main causes for this cardiac arrhythmiasis? That is increased blood pressure, CAD, that is coronary artery diseases, and if there is any valve disorders, then it may lead to this cardiac arrhythmiasis. Clear? And if you see regarding the treatment options for this, we can go for beta blockers, and next we can go for calcium channel blockers. This is about cardiac arrhythmiasis. What is this cardiac arrhythmiasis? Irregular heartbeats or the rhythms, you will call it as cardiac arrhythmiasis. And the symptoms like chest pain, fainting or dizziness, fluttering in chest, and the main causes is increased blood pressure or coronary artery diseases or the valve disorders. Next one is the treatment includes the beta blockers and the calcium channel blockers. Next we'll see about congestive heart failure. Congestive heart failure. See, that is heart unable to pump the blood to supply throughout the body is known as congestive heart failure. What it happens here? Heart unable to pump the blood to meet the demands of the body. Okay, is known as congestive heart failure. Okay, what is this congestive heart failure? The heart unable to pump the blood to meet the demands of the body is known as congestive heart failure. And if you see the symptoms, you are going to be observed like, okay, shortness of breath and fatigue. Okay, fatigue means the muscle weakness. And next one is swollen legs. You will also observe rapid heartbeat. Okay, so this is about the symptoms and the causes, coronary artery diseases as well as the increased blood pressure. See, suppose if you are getting any one of the cardiovascular diseases, definitely there is chance of getting other types of cardiovascular diseases also. Clear? So if you see congestive heart failure means definitely if they are suffering with previously the coronary artery diseases or this increased blood pressure, that is suffering with the hypertension, definitely there is a chance of getting this congestive heart failure. Okay, and if you see the treatment options, that is cardiac glycosides. They will go for mostly the cardiac glycosides. Okay, so this is about the congestive heart failure. And next we'll see about myocardial infarction. Okay, this myocardial infarction, that is blockade of blood flow to the heart muscles. Okay, this myocardial infarction, you will also call it as heart attack. Okay, the another name is heart attack. Here there will be, okay, blockade of blood flow to the heart muscle. Clear, which leads to this myocardial infarction. Clear, see, whenever if there is a blockade in the blood flow to the heart muscles, so the heart muscles unable to receive sufficient oxygen, which may lead to the death of the muscle cells. Clear, which may lead to this myocardial infarction. And if you see the symptoms here, that is pain in the chest, you are going to be observed mainly the pain in case of chest region, okay, as well as in the neck region or in the back or in case of arms. See, anybody is having a severe pain on the left side of your hand, that is starting from the shoulders to the fingers. Clear? See, don't neglect, because this is a symptom of one of the cardiovascular disease. Clear? See here what happens in case of myocardial infarction. Definitely you may get severe pain in case of the chest, okay, on towards the left side of the neck, okay, and left side of your back as well as the arms. Totally, if you are having the pain, see, that is because of this myocardial infarction. Clear? And next, if you see the causes, see, not only that, you may also observe the symptoms like fatigue and also abnormal heartbeat. Okay, you may also observe this abnormal heartbeat. And if you see the causes for this is thrombus. See, that is thrombus means that is clot formation in the blood vessels. Clear? Because of this clot inside the blood vessels, which may lead to the blockade of the blood flow, right? See, the main cause is the thrombus. Okay, and for this, the only treatment option is stents. Okay, they will keep the stents to remove that blocks, and they will go for bypass surgery. Clear? So there is no medical treatment, that means no medications. They will go for this myocardial infarction. Okay, directly they will go for the surgical procedures, that is stents as well as the bypass surgeries. Clear? So this is the myocardial infarction or the heart attack, that is blockade of blood flow to the heart muscles. You will call it as a myocardial infarction or the heart attack, right? And next one is angina pectoris. Okay, this angina pectoris, okay, that is a chest pain caused by the decreased blood flow to the heart. Clear? What is this angina pectoris? That is mainly the chest pain that is caused by decreased blood flow to heart. Okay, suppose if there is a insufficient amount of blood that is supplied to the heart, so you are getting the chest pain, that you will call it as angina pectoris. And the symptoms you are going to be observed, that is heaviness or tightness or pain in the chest. Okay, there will be heaviness in the chest or tightness or pain in case of chest you are going to be observed, and this may be sudden. Okay, it's not slowly, but it is very a sudden symptom you are going to be observed, which may leads to this angina pectoris. Clear? And the causes for this angina pectoris is CAD, that is coronary artery disease, and the myocardial infarction. See, I already told you myocardial infarction means blockade of blood flow to the heart muscles. Clear? See, obviously that may lead to this angina pectoris. Okay, and if you see the treatment options for this angina pectoris, that is beta blockers. You can go for the beta blockers or you can go for the nitrate. Okay, that is mainly GTN, that is glyceryl trinitrate. Okay, that's the treatment option. They can go for this angina pectoris. Okay, and next one is atherosclerosis. Okay, next disease is atherosclerosis, that is buildup of cholesterol plaques in the walls of the arteries. Okay, what is this? It is buildup of cholesterol mainly in the walls of arteries. You will call it as atherosclerosis. So that which may leads to obstruction of blood flow, which may lead to narrowing of arteries. Clear? See, because of this cholesterol deposition in the walls of the arteries, clear? See, obviously there will be obstruction of the blood flow, finally which may leads to the narrowing of the arteries. Okay, that you will call it as atherosclerosis. And the symptoms, see, generally in the atherosclerosis there will be no symptoms until this cholesterol deposits are going to be ruptured. Okay, then other than that you will not observe any kind of symptoms. Clear? So generally there will be no symptoms until this cholesterol is going to be ruptured. Clear? And next one is, what are the main causes for this atherosclerosis? Actually, what is this? That is buildup of cholesterol. That means if those who are taking high concentration of cholesterols in their diet, which may lead to this atherosclerosis, or because of increased blood pressures, clear, or because of Okay, that is cigarette smoking. Okay, see, because of this cigarette smoking, okay, what are the chemicals that will be present in this cigarette smoking that will make the fatty deposits in the walls of the arteries? Clear? So that which may lead to this atherosclerosis. And next, coming to the treatment options, they will go for the statins. And next, that is anticoagulants. Clear? Yeah, they will go for the anticoagulants. Okay, that means to prevent, that is the clot formation in the walls of the arteries. Okay, this is atherosclerosis. Okay, what is it? Atherosclerosis, that is buildup of cholesterol in the walls of the arteries. Okay, see, which may lead to the obstruction of the blood flow, and finally which is causing the narrowing of arteries is known as atherosclerosis. Clear? And the symptoms, no symptoms are going to be observed in case of atherosclerosis, and the main causes is increased cholesterol intake, and next one is increased blood pressure and the cigarette smoking. Okay, because of this cigarette smoking, which makes the fatty deposits in the walls of the arteries. Clear? And the treatment is like statins and the anticoagulants. Clear? And for this atherosclerosis, okay, they are going for some diagnostic procedures. See, that is like, if you see the diagnosis, in case of atherosclerosis, they will go for angiogram, and next one is they will go for blood tests to find out this atherosclerosis, and next they will go for the CT scan. Okay, they can observe the narrowing of the arteries. Okay, and next we'll see arteriosclerosis. Okay, atherosclerosis is different from the arteriosclerosis. Clear? Until now we had seen about the atherosclerosis. Now we'll see about arteriosclerosis. Okay, this arteriosclerosis is the stiffening or the hardening of the artery walls. Okay, what is this? Stiffening or hardening of the artery walls, that is in case of mostly in old age. Clear? As the age is going to be increasing, their artery walls will become very stiff and will become very hard. Okay, that condition you will call it as arteriosclerosis. And the symptoms you may observe like sudden weakness, okay, or facial or lower limb numbness you are going to be observed. And the causes for this arteriosclerosis is smoking and also the high blood pressure. Clear? See, because of smoking, also the chemicals which may causes the stiffening or the hardening of the artery walls, and the treatment is underlying conditions. Clear? See, underlying condition means arteriosclerosis is caused by hypertension, right? First we have to treat this hypertension, so automatically this arteriosclerosis will also be cured. Okay, that is treating first the underlying conditions or the causes. Is it clear? See, this arteriosclerosis is caused by the hypertension, so initially we have to treat this hypertension, so automatically this arteriosclerosis will also be cured. Okay, that is, you will call it as treating the underlying condition which may treating this arteriosclerosis. Okay, see, okay, that's all students about the different disorders of the cardiovascular disorders.